Well, hello there, you beautiful and amazing people. I am some guy called Aaron, and welcome to the channel. So in this little group of videos, I'm going to be looking at all the Six Nations squads, starting with England today. And, yeah, Eddie Jones is Eddie Jones. He'll pick who he fucking wants, mate. And, yeah.
Do you know what they think about you?
I'm sure you're going to tell me, Malcolm, but
I'll tell you exactly what people say about you.
Oh, all right, go on then.
Fuck all!
Oh, do they? Fuck all?
People got no fucking opinion about you. You're like fucking Special K or fucking the Moody Blues.
Some interesting picks for me, personally. But, I think it's pretty good. He's got, a 36-man squad that has been brought down to 29 as of this video. He has 6 uncapped players in the squad. Leicester Tigers are now the most represented team because of George Ford's inclusion and Owen Farrell leaving the squad, which is a big old loss for them. What? What the fuck? Newcastle have 1 player, Wasps have 1 player, Sarries have 4. Saints have 4, Gloucester have 1, Bath have 3, Bristol have 2, Irish have 1, Exeter have 5, Quins have 4, and Sale have 3. And there is no one from Worcester. They're the only team that is not included in this squad. So, let us have a little look-see of who's in the squad. So let's start with the forwards. So we have Alfie Barbary from Wasps. Great inclusion. I mean, can play hooker if he really wants to. Great back rower. It's going to be interesting to see how Eddie decides to play him. I think that's going to be a key thing. Jamie Blymeyer, hooker, really good. No quarrels with that. You think he's playing pretty well for Newcastle and one of their standout players. Good competition at Newcastle for that hooker position. Along with George McWigan. I think he's absolute quality as well. But anyway, we have Ollie Chesham, one of Tigers' standout players. Hands down, absolutely phenomenal, deserving of this place. And he's been classed as the new Tom Croft, the new Courtney Laws.
Oh, you're going to have a good time. Just being a bit...
You can see the resemblance. He is absolutely brilliant. Huge engine. I've done a little deep dive on him, which I will put above. And yeah, good for him. We have Luke Cowan-Dickie again. Eddie's favourite. Probably the best hooker in England at the minute, or at least one of them. Tom Curry. Mixed form at the minute. Alex Dombrandt. Hands down one of the best number 8s in the world. Hands down, between him and Simmons, it's pretty tasty. I mean, look who England's got to choose from. It's insane, it's insane. And you guys are fairly fucking spoiled for that. Charlie Yules, fair enough. Eddie likes him. Ellis Genge, great form for Leicester. His set piece has just gotten better and better. His mentality around the pitch has gotten so much better since becoming captain. Yeah, England cannot play without Genge. Jimmy George, a little bit of a surprise for me. I would have picked maybe 1 or 2 others.
How dare you?
But Eddie knows him. Eddie likes him. Jamie George it is. Joe Hayes, extremely young guy, getting a lot of game time around the camp. He's playing well. Yes, he's usually coming off the bench for Leicester, but he is playing behind Dan Cole, and his set piece is getting pretty fucking good. So, yeah, good for the young guy. Johnny Hill. There's a little question about Johnny Hill because he has been seen with an injury. He's been wearing one of the moon boots, so I don't know how much he is going to be in and out the squad. I told you as I told you. I have mixed feelings about
You serious?
I think he gives away more penalties than he should. But Eddie loves him, so on you go. Courtney Laws, for me, that now that Farrell is out, Laws is hands down the captain. Maybe Genge, maybe Cowan Dickey in the background, but Laws for me, captain, hands down. Lewis Ludlam, brilliant, love him, he's playing well. In a Saints team that's, going pretty mixed, he's playing well. Joe Marler. When you've got a choice between Joe Marler or Ellis Genge, who do you pick? Marler's phenomenal. Absolutely love him. It's hard to decide who you would pick in that lineup, to be honest. Bevan Rod, still pissed off he picked England over Scotland, but meh.
A sphincter says what?
What?
A sphincter says what? Exactly.
Yeah, growing, great young man. Really, really growing into the position. I think he's probably just slightly on that peripheral. He just needs a bit of game time. But yeah, he'll get into the squad. He's doing well. Sam Simmons. I think he's now starting to hit that peak form at the right time. I think he's had a really slow start to the season, but he is scoring for fucking fun now. So, yeah. At least Eddie's now picking him. Kyle Sinclair, I think he's been pretty shit for Bristol.
It certainly does suck.
Personally, just a personal thing. But I will never really fault his mentality for England. I think him being in a club and him being in England are two completely different things. I think his England form's been way up here. I think his club's way down here. So Eddie knows him. Eddie knows how to get the best out of him. I think out of all the coaches that he has had, Eddie knows how to push his buttons the best. So for me, I'd be starting Sinclair hands down. And Will Stewart, little bit of a surprise. Eddie knows him. Eddie likes him. But Bath, especially in the set piece, have been a bit ropey. So mixed opinions on that. There's a few players they probably could have looked at, but hopefully Stewart can pick up some decent form. Matt Atkinson, really happy with him. Great 12. If he's playing that Owen Farrell role, which I expect probably will happen.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Brilliant. Absolutely happy for him. Orlando Bailey, probably surprised everyone being called in there, but I think Eddie's got to look at the future and see what his options are. So, yeah, I understand why he's there. Good shout. Farrell is now no longer in here, so we can miss that one out. He has now been replaced with George Ford. I don't know. Tommy Freeman, yeah, he's been pretty solid for Saints. Good defense. Good defense. I've really enjoyed him watching some of the games that I've seen for Saints. Yeah, George Furbank. I would like to see more of him at 10 than at fullback, but to have that option, yeah, he looks pretty tasty. I really would like to see him maybe get a little bit of game time, possibly against Italy. I think that would be probably the best option to see him at 10 and see what he could do distributing around. But anyway, that's another option. Ollie Hassel-Collins, guy's got wheels. Guy's fucking rapid. Great call. If he wasn't picked, I think a lot of questions would be asked on what else could he do. But anyway, Max Malins, great, solid. No more comments on him. Just great player. Joe Marchant, really happy with him. I really, really enjoyed Marchant at 13. He has that versatility to play pretty much anywhere in the back line. I think probably the only place he probably would struggle at would be scrum half. But I think, yeah, I'd love to see him at 10 as well, because I'm sure he could fucking do it. He plays everywhere else. But I think Marchant at 13 is a good competition for Slade. So yeah, Joe Marchant. So Johnny May, surprised with him, really surprised because I think he's been dog shit.
You use the carrot and stick approach, yeah. You take a carrot, you stick it up his fucking ass, followed by the stick, followed by an even bigger, rougher carrot.
To be honest, I think he's been absolutely dog shit this season. I would have picked or tried to push for Lina, maybe Ollie Thornley as well. I think there's a fair few around that league at the moment that are way better than Johnny May. Way better. Luke Northmore, great, really happy he's in there. Wheels, good defence, happy for him. Jack Noel, great to see him back in that squad, phenomenal. Rafi Quirk, super exciting. I think out of all the three scrum halves that have been picked, I think Rafi Quirk's probably the one that's probably going to make the most appearances, I think, behind... I don't know. It's a hard one to call. I can see... For me, I'd play Quirk and then have Youngs come off the bench. I think that would be really good. Just give the guy a bit of game time. I think Randall there as well. They're complete chalk and cheese but they both play at a really high tempo. Where Quirk, I think, is defensively a little bit better and a little bit of game management about him. I think is just slightly above Randall, but that's just my personal view on those two players. But I would possibly start Quirk and then bring Youngs off the bench, or vice versa. Henry Slade. What else can I say about Henry Slade? Then just fucking brilliant. The man of the moment, Marcus Smith. Arguably the best fly half in England at the minute, between him and George Ford. It's hard. You could argue both cases. It's both very different players, but Smith, I'd like to see start. I'd like to see him get a lot of game time through the Six Nations, because Ford, we know what Ford can do. Farrell's not there. Let's give him a little bit of game time. Let's see what he can do. And like I said, if he comes off the bench against Italy with Furbank starting, I think that would be quite a tasty option, to be perfectly honest. Freddie Stewart, best fullback in England. Well, sorry, I'll rephrase that. Best fullback for England. I think between him and Hogg. But Freddie Stewart, young man, I don't think there's anyone in the world right now that can catch a high ball like Freddie Stewart can catch a high ball. And Ben Youngs. Brilliant. Enough said. So, England are about to play against Scotland, and their last 5 games have been... Twickenham was a 61-22 win against Scotland.
Give him another couple of minutes.
That was a horrible day. Then a 25-13 at Murrayfield. Another horrible day. And then possibly the greatest ever Six Nations game there has ever been. 30-all draw at Twickenham. I mean, when do you ever say the greatest match we've probably ever seen is a draw? It was incredible. One of the most incredible games. The one at Murrayfield. And then that amazing game at Twickenham. That was a cracking game. I don't think anyone's seen that one coming. But yeah, that was a very, very, very interesting game. So, for me, I would possibly have a few questionable positions for players, but I think my starting 15 would be Genge, possibly captain, if Laws isn't fit. I know there's a question mark around Laws. Luke Cowan-Dickie, possibly another option for captain, but I think between them two, England have a really good, solid captain sort of role already set up for them. So 2 Cowan-Dickie, 3 Sinclair, 4 Yules. I would have picked Hill, but I've seen that he's got a bit of an injury, so question mark. Itoje it's at 5, Laws at 6, and captain. And if he is not injured, because there's a few question marks there, we'll know as soon as possible. It's Chessum for me. Chessum straight into the squad. Now, I think this is probably going to be my most controversial position. I'd put Simmonds at 7. I think his ball carrying ability, and he's decent. He's not like his Tom Curry over the ball, but I think Simmonds at 7 for the extra ball carrying ability and that just aggression around the park would be a very interesting option. And obviously Dombrandt at 8, Youngs at 9. There is a question mark with Rafi Quirk starting, but I'd go tried and trusted for Youngs. Marcus Smith starts, gotta give him game time. Ollie Hassel-Collins on the 11 shirt, Atkinson at 12, Marchant at 13. I'd like to see him get a bit of game time. I know Slade's there. I think he could probably have Slade on the bench to cover the 12 and 13 option. Noel at 14 and Stewart at 15. So that is my prediction for the squad. I really do think that would be a great plan for England. So yeah, if you're any different, I mean, I think Simmonds is going to be the one that people go, I can see you're thinking, but I disagree. I'd have Curry. But I think the most controversial one will be who is captain, if not Laws. So 3 options in my opinion, but that's my opinion on the whole situation. So anyway, I thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I thank you for watching, and stay awesome.